Let's return to our top story and the criticism from passenger groups and unions over the decision to award an honour to Network Rail boss Mark Carne. He's been under fire following the disastrous timetable change, which has led to hundreds of trains being cancelled each day, with Northern Rail and Thameslink among the worst affected. Honours expert Mark Llewellyn-Slade joins us from West Sussex. Very good afternoon to you. Thanks for joining us today. Firstly, who decides who will be on the birthday's honours list?
Well, it's essentially a department at the Cabinet Office called the Honours and Appointments Secretariat, and that's made up of 9 subcommittees. And for example, if a doctor is being put forward for an honour, then that would go to the medical subcommittee. If it were a teacher, then it would go to education. And they make recommendations to the Office of the Prime Minister, who will have a look over those, and then she'll pass the recommendations on to the Buckingham Palace to be rubber stamped.
How long does this process take?
Officially they say 12 to 18 months.
So when we hear that Mark Carne has been given this birthday honour, do you think that is just bad timing?
Well, I think he announced that he was going to retire about 4 months ago, so the Cabinet Office have had plenty of time to consider their decision, but I think a lot of people strange and a bit odd given the turmoil that Network Rail is in.
And how involved are ministers in this process?
Well, officially it's down to the Cabinet Office and the Secretariat. They are specialists, so you know, they know their subject. So if it's the Health Committee, that's made up of experts in that area and so on. So it's more about those experts making that decision, and then it's up to the Office of the Prime Minister to pick up the reins thereon in.
And Mark, what about Her Majesty and Prince Philip? Did they ever get involved in the list?
Well, it is the Queen's list at the end of the day. I think it's more of a rubber stamping exercise from Buckingham Palace. So I think maybe sometimes she might step in and go, actually, I really would like this person to get an honour, or actually, I don't want that person to get one at all. But generally speaking, I think she leaves it to the Cabinet Office and the Honours Secretariat.
And how has the type of person, the selection of different people changed over the years? Have we seen a move from one field, one area of public service to another?
Well, I think it's all very well and good that celebrities get honours. People like Anthony Joshua, for example, and Emma Thompson today. But let's not forget that the honours system is primarily about highlighting and rewarding extraordinary, ordinary people. So it's more about Bert in Bristol and Mavis in Macclesfield than it is Emma the actress.
Could Mark Carne have rejected the honour, and have other people in the past rejected being on the Queen's birthday honours list?
Well, I expect he will have received a letter from the Cabinet Office about 6 weeks ago saying that the Queen is minded to give him a seat